If you guys have played Doors, which I'm assuming that you have if you're watching this video, then you probably know who this red light character is. But what if I told you that what you thought you knew about this character might be entirely false? Now then, everyone has probably led you to believe that this character is in fact evil, but I am not gonna fall for that propaganda. I refuse to believe that this thing is inherently evil, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. So first, let's go over the reasons why people think that this red light is evil. Well, for one, they think that just because the fact that Seek has a red glowing aura means that it must be associated with this red character. That is completely stupid, and I'll explain why in a bit. The second reason is because of the Tower Heroes events, where this red light was given a name called Mischievous Light, and obviously it was the villain of the whole event. But it was kind of confirmed by the developers of Tower Heroes that they just gave this name Mischievous Light because that's what the community named it. So yeah, they kind of based it off of what the community thought at the time. So really helpful, guys. Another reason is because of modifiers, because some modifiers just make the game more harder and unpredictable, which is another stupid reason. Another reason is because of the April Fools, well, not April Fools, it was a Halloween event where there was basically candy that you could collect that gave you random buffs or would just straight up kill you. The one that straight up killed you was called Can Die. At least I think that's what it was called. I'll put the real name on screen. And it had the modifier symbol on it, and if you ate it, well, then you just blew up and died. Because, you know, red light is evil. But these reasons are stupid, and now I'm going to tell you why. So the first one is because of Seek. That's the first thing that I'm going to debunk. Now, if we're really going to base the whole, like, oh, this character is evil because they're red and Seek also has red, then by that logic alone, Halt, which is blue, is associated with Guiding Light because Guiding Light is blue. So that means that Guiding Light is evil. Oh my goodness, it makes sense now. And you know what else? Figure, when he lets out a roar, he has a yellow, light in his mouth. You know who else is yellow? Curious Light. Does that mean that Curious Light is also well, maybe, who knows? Does that? No, I'm just kidding. Does that mean that, Curious Light is? Do you realize how stupid and redundant this logic is? Oh, but it's a glow. It's not that it's red. It's like, okay. Halt also has a blue glow. Have you seen it? Like, what? What is this? What kind of stupid, redundant logic is this? I will not stand for this red light slander anymore. Now let's discuss the modifiers, because that's also another reason. You do realize that there are modifiers that can make the game easy, right? Like, sure, some of them were removed, and that could be seen as like, oh, it doesn't want you to, like, get easy. No, it's because some of them were actually broken and actually gave you more knobs than it should have. Because easy modifiers purposefully remove a portion of knobs that you get if you use them, because obviously the devs, because this is just logic, game development thing standards, that if you make a game and you want to make it challenging, then the challenge should obviously offer you more rewards. And if something is easy, well, it shouldn't have good rewards, because why are you going to reward the player for doing something easy? It makes more sense game development wise to reward the player if you do a harder challenge, which is what Doors does. So in a way, this thing is just like rewarding you with more knobs for trying more harder challenges. Crazy how that works. And not to mention that modifiers are optional, so you are purposefully making the game harder on yourself. You put the modifiers, this red light pretty much activates them on the spot. It's not because it hates you, that's just stupid logic. What the heck? Now for the whole, Tower Heroes event, I kind of just debunked it with the whole, like, the developers for Tower Heroes game just doing what the community basically theorized at the time. And not to mention that whole event isn't really canon to the storyline. So moving on to the Halloween thing, first of all, I don't think that events are canon, because does the whole Doors universe just change every April 1st to be stupid? Do you guys really think Seek can drive a car? Do you really think he can drive shift or stick? Do you really think Seek can drive stick? No, some of these arguments are genuinely just stupid and redundant, and I really have no clue where the whole Mischievous Light name came from. I'm gonna be honest, that name is so cringe. I'm not calling this thing Mischievous Light. That just sounds cringe. It just makes me cringe. So no, I don't think this thing is evil. And no, I'm not rage baiting. I don't think this thing is evil. I've been streaming this for months too, and I'm starting to see some people kind of agree with me. And it's like, cool. I'm probably not the first one to propose this idea that this character isn't evil. But so what is this character exactly? Because each of the three architects have a purpose. well, they don't really have a purpose, but they're not exactly meant to help the player, because we've seen Curious Light purposely choose not to help us. He doesn't give us information sometimes, and he says that it's not his job to withhold information or to help us. He just thinks things are better this way. So we know that the architects have free will. We know that, yes, if you use a crucifix, and you can see on the wingdings, it says 1 of 3 architects marked by celestials assist you or guide you, whatever it is. That doesn't mean that they were specifically tasked by the celestials to go, hey, help this idiot right here. I think that they have free will, and we know this because Curious Light pretty much does whatever he wants. So that means that Guiding Light isn't really tasked to help us, but it's more like Guiding Light is choosing to help and guide us. What does this third light character do? Well, it seems to offer more like challenges, and I guess sort of, you know, buffs or debuffs, whatever you want to call them. They're modifiers, right? They modify the game. But are modifiers even canon? This is where we get into some kind of like, how do I say this? This is like kind of like speculative. There are many things that can support the idea if this red light character is canon or not. We don't know if modifiers are canon, and if they are, I really have no clue how to put them on this theoretical timeline, you know, or story. I genuinely don't know how you could make modifiers canon, because it kind of really doesn't make sense in a way. Because why would you want to torture yourself or, you know, make the game easier? It's not really like, I don't know, maybe we'll have to see in like future updates if modifiers are somehow canon. Although I do think that maybe modifiers aren't canon, but maybe this third character is canon, because we do see a painting in room 60 which depicts all these 3 architects. We see the blue crescent moon, we see the yellow star, and then we see the red spiral. So in some way they're canon, I guess, but also the little icons of the architects kind of changes depending if you're using modifiers or not, so who knows? I guess maybe you could symbolize who's in control right now. I don't know. And another thing that might offer the whole like canonicity thing, prove that maybe this character is canon, is generators, because you have 3 fuses. You have one that's blue, you have one that's yellow, and you have one that's red. And that's actually kind of another reason why I don't think this red character is evil. Why would you need a 3rd fuse that's literally red to help you? If this thing is evil, it doesn't really make sense for this thing to have a fuse, its own fuse, you know? So that's pretty much it. I really don't know what is canon or what isn't. This game is kind of confusing, and I kind of wish we could get clear answers. But if you ask me, I don't think modifiers are canon, but I think this character is canon. Who really knows? Character was, you know, evil. Wouldn't Guiding Light say something anytime he died to Seek? Like, it seems Seek is having some assistance. Like, no, it doesn't have that. That's pretty much it. If you guys want more Doors theory videos, I could do that. I actually have a lot of theories that I've been theorizing about that I haven't really had time to, you know, work into videos. But I've seen some people, you know, make these theories that I've had in my mind for a while, but I might still make them because I kind of want to add my own twist to them, because yes, I do have my own twist to them. And I still kind of want to share if, you know, anyone is going to watch this. Even if people don't watch this, I'll still release them just cause. So that's pretty much it, and why I think this character isn't evil, and why I think we should stop being, you know, prejudiced towards it. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to, I don't know, like, subscribe if you guys want to. And I'll make sure to work on more theory videos, except I won't make them like ranting. I'll actually structure them, because I don't want to just like scream at you guys. I'm going to structure them at scripts with points, parts, evidence like that, so it's more organized. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.